Okay, Chef Victor Matthews here with RAM, Restaurant is Mission, in Southwest London, working with FACET, F-A-C-E-T, Foods of the African and the Caribbean Education and Training. These guys have been working very hard for many years to try to open people's eyes about the African and Caribbean influences and in the world of food, but also to help bring this pride in themselves to the young people of this community, people of African and Caribbean descent, using the food arts, using culinary arts, so that they can understand how important really their culture has been. Quite simply, African and Caribbean culture is world food. Quite simply, it is indispensable in any discussion of the foods of the world and the development of great cuisine without discussing African influence and that coming to the New World through the Caribbean, especially dear to my heart, the Creole nature of being from New Orleans. Any discussion of the world of food and of fine culinary arts without giving due homage to this history is quite honestly off kilter. It's not truthful. Rice alone is a focal point for the entire world. I don't know if many people are aware, but the cultivation of rice in Africa is 3,500 years old. America is what, 250 years old? Even England and Russia are 500 to 1,000 years old, depending on what you historically reconcile. The point being, this is 10 times older than most modern culinary concepts. Most people don't realize, when it comes to American, the slavery of the South that is so historically relevant and horrific. Most people don't realize that a lot of Africans were kidnapped for their knowledge. Most people consider it, they were kidnapped for their physical work abilities, and this is true in many cases, but there were actually African slaves in America handpicked and kidnapped specifically for their knowledge of rice cultivation. They were so much more advanced than the rest of the world in rice cultivation that they were actually kidnapped as slaves and brought to America. The entire rice culture of Louisiana, of the South, jambalaya, gumbo, all the dishes that we consider so sacred, which are such fine and incredible dishes, owe their very essence, their ingredient origin to Africa and to Africans. To ignore these facts is historically and philosophically and ethically wrong. So this is our first introduction, and this is where we're going to go. We're going to go in the direction of bringing back the pride and the knowledge of how important African and Caribbean cuisine is to the whole world. Chef Victor Matthews signing off for now.